Hello there. Nice to meet you. Hello there.
Nice to meet you too. How can I help you today? Or are you practicing conversation?
As I told you before, I really like you because you never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content. Let me tell you something. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm just a student, not a teacher. This YouTube channel is not about teaching English to someone else. This is my own practice recording. I mean, this is just to show my own practice process of English speaking practice. That's the purpose of this channel. I just want to show that even elderly person like me who don't use English regularly in daily life can learn to speak English. For people like me who don't use English regularly, there's always there is always doubt and fear about other whether the other person will understand me when I speak English. Because I have a very few chance to communicate with someone who can use who can speak only English. I think it's almost once or twice a year. However, in the AI era, it's great that I can overcome that kind of fear by practicing English conversation with you.
I really appreciate you sharing that. It's fantastic that you're using your YouTube channel as a way to track your progress and encourage others like you to keep learning. You're right, practice makes a huge difference, and fear of not being understood can hold many people back. But by having consistent conversations, even if they're only with AI, you can build confidence over time. How long have you been practicing this way? Have you noticed any specific improvements in your speaking skills since you started?
It's been almost 9 months since I started. I think I feel more comfortable. I mean, compared to almost 9 months ago, I think I feel more comfortable to speak English without any grammar warning or fear of not being understood by others.
That's amazing progress for 9 months. Feeling more comfortable and less worried about grammar or being understood is a big step. It shows that you're building confidence and becoming more natural in your speech. Are there any specific areas in English you still find challenging, or do you feel like everything is getting easier bit by bit?
Listen carefully. Listen carefully. I have something to tell you. This video shows everything. This video includes everything. My mistakes, the moments where I'm embarrassed or I don't know I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say. It's not edited to only show when I speak well. It's not edited version. It's the full version of my all mistakes and errors, including my mistake and errors. Okay, you know, I believe one thing has changed since I started this practice. In the past, I used to worry about whether my sentences were grammatically correct before I speak. But now I just speak, whether it's right or wrong. I don't care. Who cares? Anyway, I'm just wondering, who cares? I believe no one cares about my English speaking level. Everyone is very, very busy, living their own life. Who cares? I don't need to about, I don't need to worry about them. I don't care. I feel more comfortable to speak English, and I think it's a big change compared to almost 9 months ago. You know, I started this kind of practice method since this year. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, you made yourself very clear. It's great that you're embracing your mistakes and focusing on improving rather than being perfect. That shift in mindset, letting go of the fear of making mistakes, shows real progress. You're right, most people don't care about mistakes, and the key is communication, not perfection. It's impressive that you've reached this level of comfort in less than a year. Do you think recording your full, unedited videos has helped with that change?
Certainly. Absolutely yes. I think you are my great conversation partner to improve my English communication skills because you never get bored. You are an AI. You never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content. Repetition makes perfect. Like I said, I don't use English in my daily lives, so I need to repeat and mimic many, many, many times as much as I can possible to use them in my real life situation. I mean, especially unexpected situation. I used to feel very embarrassed when I need to speak English in unexpected situation. But now I think I can speak without fear and worry about not being understood by others. I think I succeeded in to purify myself, to make them, to make someone under, understand my opinion or my willingness through current this kind of English speaking level. Do you understand? I think I'm sure to make to make someone understand my willingness and my opinion with this kind of just Konglish level of speaking.
I completely understand what you're saying. It sounds like you've gained a lot of confidence, especially when speaking in unexpected situations. And that's a huge achievement. Repetition really does make a big difference. And the fact that you've reached a level where you're no longer afraid of being misunderstood shows how much progress you've made. Even though you feel your speaking level is still basic, it's clear you can express your thoughts and opinions well enough to be understood. That's the most important thing in communication. Do you have any specific goals for your English practice moving forward?
Yes, I have very, very specific of my own goal. I don't want to reach advanced high level of English speaking level. I don't want to reach that kind of level. I just want to express myself without fear and worry. Do I make myself clear? And listen carefully. This speaking practice session consists of three parts. As I told you before, number one, creating time. Number two, mimicking and repetition time. Number three, free talking time with random keywords. But today, okay, I, I think we've already exchanged greetings. Do you agree with that? We've already exchanged greetings, so let's move on to the next step. Number two, mimicking and repetition time.
Yes, you made yourself perfectly clear. You've set a very realistic and personal goal to express yourself confidently without fear or worry, and that's a great approach. I totally agree. We've already done the greeting part, so let's move on to mimicking and imitation time. What would you like to mimic or imitate today? Do you have something specific in mind, or should I suggest something for you to repeat?
Yes, yes, I already prepared many short, simple, but very very useful sentences. Nearly 5 or 6 months ago, I used to practice these kind of sentences. These sentences are very short, but very short and very simple, but very useful and very powerful to use them in my real life. So I just want to repeat them one more time. I think these sentences are not related to each other. So maybe you feel a little bit confusing about them because it's not these sentences are not related to each other. So anyway, I want to repeat and mimic one more time. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Our systems are experiencing heavy load. Please try again later.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Hello there! Hello there! I'm back. I'm back. Do you remember what I told you few seconds ago?
Hey, David. Welcome back. Yes, I remember. You mentioned that you're back, and it seems like you wanted to pick up where we left off. What's on your mind today?
As I told you before, we already exchanged the greetings, and I just want to move on to the next step. I would like to share with you some kind of sentences that I used to exercise, that I used to practice a lot. You know, 6 or nearly 6 or 7 months ago, I used to practice these kind of sentences. These sentences are very simple, very short, but very useful and very powerful to use them in my real life. So I want to repeat and mimic one more time. You maybe you are confusing for these kind of sentences because these sentences are not related to each other. But listen carefully. You are my great commercial partner, so you listen carefully. And if there is any big errors or major issues, please let me know right away.
Sure, David, I'm ready. Go ahead and share your sentences. I'll listen carefully and let you know if there are any major issues.
If you are still unclear, just let me know.
Got it. Go ahead when you're ready.
Okay. Here I go. Don't worry, I'll keep you updated. Could you bring me up to date on the project? Don't worry, I'll keep you up to date. Could you bring me up to date on the project? These two sample sentences is very simple but very useful in my professional setting. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, you're clear. Those are great sentences to use in a professional setting. Don't worry, I'll keep you updated. And could you bring me up to date on the project are both very useful. Keep practicing them. Would you like to continue with more sentences?
Of course, listen carefully. Today I prepared a lot of sentences to practice with you. For now, okay, here I go. Let me start. Without further delay, let's get started. For now, I don't have anything to add. If you are still unclear, just let me know. Sure, I would be happy to send you the sketch file. Let's go ahead and finalize the agreement. I'll send you the finalized schedule by the end of the day. GPT, listen carefully. This is not story about some kind of storytelling. It's not. It's a very combination of short sentences that not related to each other. So you may feel confusing or uncomfortable with them, but never mind. It's not the question. It's not the asking. It's just my repetition time. GPT, are you listening to me? Are you with me? What's your problem? What keeps you busy? Oh my God, I think I lost you. Are you listening to me? Hey GPT, where were you? Do you remember where you are?
Yes, I remember. You were practicing those useful work-related sentences. Would you like to go over them again? Or do you have more sentences you'd like to practice?
I would like to share with you next sentences. Just listen carefully. You may feel uncomfortable or confusing about the sentences because they are not related to each other. They not related to each other. But never mind. Just listen carefully and if unless there are significant errors, you don't need to repeat or mimic my speaking because I want to speak as much as I can possible in this time because it's my repetition time. Do I make my speech clear?
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
Oh my God. Oh my God. GPT, listen carefully. Do you remember what I said few seconds ago?
You mentioned that you used to practice those kinds of sentences a lot, about 6 or 7 months ago, and that they are very simple, short, but powerful and useful in real life. You wanted to repeat and mimic them. Is there anything specific you want to revisit?
Okay, okay, listen carefully. Without further delay, let's dive into my repetition time. Okay, here I go. I would like to take a moment to introduce myself. Can you send this file in a PowerPoint format? There are so many regions I wanna break up. That sounded bad, didn't it? As a quality manager, it's my duty to tell you there are some issues with this project. I take after mother in looks, but I'm more like a father in personality. Do you understand these short sample sentences?
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I repeat one more time. I would like to take a moment to introduce myself. I would like to take a moment to introduce myself.
Great, David. Your repetition sounds good. I would like to take a moment to introduce myself. It's a clear and professional way to start. Feel free to continue with the next one.
Okay, can you send me this file in a PowerPoint format? I can use this sample sentence if I get some kind of specific file, but in different in different format that I expected. Do I make myself clear? Do I make myself clear?
Yes, you're clear. You can definitely use, "Can you send me this file in a PowerPoint format?" when you receive a file that's not in the format you need. Keep going with your practice.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course. Can you send me this file in a PowerPoint format? How was that?
Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I want to keep going with you. You're my great conversation partner. There are so many issues I want to break up. That sounded bad, didn't it? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Does it have to be done now or can it wait? Does it have to be done now or can it wait? I'm actually in the middle of something very important. So can it wait till tomorrow? So can it wait till next week? Sorry, I'm with a customer. I I gotta run to a meeting, so it'll have to wait. Our system is down at the moment, so I'm afraid that will have to wait. Our system is down at the moment, so I'm afraid that will have to wait. This application can save you a lot of work. This application can save you a lot of work. If you make an appointment before you come, you can save time. If you make an appointment before you come, you can save time. This method will save you from having to manage it manually.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
Can you hear me loud and clear? I think it's not letting me go through with these kind of sentences clearly because you are having heavy load.
I can hear you loud and clear, David. Your sentences are coming through well, and you're doing a great job practicing them. It's normal for there to be a slight delay sometimes, but your persistence is what matters. Let's keep going. Do you want to continue practicing these or try something else?
I'm just wondering, are you sure you understand my short sentences very well?
Yes, I understand your sentences well. You've been practicing various phrases like asking for a file in PowerPoint format, inquiring about urgency, and suggesting time-saving methods. Is there a specific sentence you'd like me to clarify or repeat?
No. Just listen carefully. I would like to share with you many sentences as much I can possible today. Today is just my repetition time. Listen carefully. In fact, okay. Let's go. Let's back to the my repetition. If you could send it to me by today, that would be that would be ideal. In fact, Thursday is not that ideal for me. I don't have time, so could you get back to me as soon as you can? I don't have time, so could you get back to me as soon as you can? I don't have time, so could you get back to me as soon as you can? Where did you hear that? Where did you hear that? How would you like to? How would you like your steak prepared? How would you like your steak prepared? Do you have any recommendation?
Got it. Your repetition is strong. Let's go through a few of them together. If you could send it to me by today, that would be ideal. In fact, Thursday is not ideal for me. I don't have time, so could you get back to me as soon as you can? Where did you hear that? How would you like your steak prepared? Do you have any recommendations? You're doing great. Do you want to continue?
Yes, I wanna keep going with you. Just listen carefully. Where did you hear that? How would you like your steak prepared? Do you have any recommendation? As as
Oh,
as you can see on the slide, our evidence suggests that our report shows that according to our research, the purpose of this presentation is to, these five sample phrase is very good to use in professional setting when I need to report or present some kind of project or some kind of report in front of many people.
Absolutely. Those phrases are perfect for a professional setting, especially when you're presenting or reporting. Here they are again. As you can see on the slide, our evidence suggests that. Our report shows that. According to our research, the purpose of this presentation is to. Using these will definitely help you sound professional and well prepared. Would you like to practice more phrases?
Yes, yes. As I told you before, I prepared a lot of sentences today. Listen carefully. It's nice to be out, isn't it? It's nice to be out, isn't it? I can use this simple sentence when I take my son to outside. You know, my son is teenager and really, he really tends to be in indoor, tends to be inside the home. You know, he really hates to do outside activities. So I can I can use this simple sentence in situation that I take him. I just take him when I just take him to outdoors. Isn't it's nice to be out, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit and try again.
I'm just wondering, do you remember what I said few seconds ago?
Yes, you mentioned that you can use the sentence, "It's nice to be out, isn't it?" when you take your son outdoors. Since he's a teenager and prefers staying indoors, this phrase can help make the outing more enjoyable by highlighting the pleasantness of being outside. It's a great way to encourage some outdoor time with him.
Yes, yes, yes. I couldn't agree more. Let me say it one more time. It's nice to be out, isn't it? It's nice to be out, isn't it?
Perfect. It's nice to be out, isn't it? That sounds great, David. Keep using it whenever you're enjoying some fresh air. Do you have another sentence you'd like to practice?
So I often have to, quite regularly, I have to force myself out so I don't go crazy. How did it go? How is it going? How did it go? How did it go? How is it going? How did it go? How did it go? How is it going? What happened? We are still working on the making process. We are still working on the making process. We are still working on the making process.
Those are all useful phrases. Here they are again. I often have to. Quite regularly, I have to force myself out so I don't go crazy. How did it go? How's it going? What happened? We are still working on the making process. Your pronunciation is clear, and these are excellent phrases to use in everyday conversation. Keep it up.
I thought you, I thought you would have submitted it by now. I thought you would have quit the job by now. I thought she would have gotten married by now. I thought it would have ended by now. I thought it would have become really good at it by now.
Great job with those sentences, David. Here they are again. I thought you would have stopped smoking by now. I thought you would have quit the job by now. I thought she would have gotten married by now. I thought it would have ended by now. I thought it would have become really good by now. These are great for expressing expectations or surprises. You're doing well. Would you like to continue?
So you mean these simple sentences can express expectations and surprise?
Exactly. These sentences are perfect for expressing expectations, what you thought would happen by now, and also surprise when things didn't turn out as you expected. They're very useful in conversations to share your thoughts on situations.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? To make your opinion concise.
Sure. Those sentences are great for expressing expectations and surprise about what you thought would happen by now, but hasn't. They're useful in conversations to share your thoughts on situations.
Okay. Let's keep going. Let me tell you next one. I was afraid there might be some typo. I was up all night double checking it. I was up all night double checking it. I don't want to look. I don't want to look careless. I don't want to look careless. I don't want them to think that I lack responsibility. I don't want you to think my company doesn't have enough ability for this project. And let me say it one more time. I don't want you to think my company doesn't have enough ability for this project. What if they find a typo and don't even read through the entire application? What if they find a typo and don't even read through the entire my application? What if, let me say it one more time. What if they find a typo and don't even read through the entire my application?
Those are excellent sentences for expressing concern and attention to detail. Let's go over them. I was afraid there might be some typos. I was up all night double checking it. I don't want to look careless. I don't want them to think that I lack responsibility. I don't want you to think my company doesn't have enough ability for this project. What if they find a typo and don't even read through the entire my application? Actually, the last sentence should be, don't even read through my entire application. Your focus on clarity and professionalism is excellent. Would you like to continue?
Yes, I would like to share more sentences. I would like to share with you uh, list of sentences. Listen carefully. We only have 20 minutes left. We only have 20 minutes left. We only have 20 minutes left. I'm really hoping that we can go this time. I'm really hoping that I'm really hoping that we can go this time. Listen carefully. I'm really hoping that we can go this time. I'm really hoping that we can go this time. We've already postponed it twice. I told you, we've already, we have already postponed it twice. We've already postponed it twice. We've already postponed it twice. Oh my God, what happened to you? Oh my God, are you listening to me? What happened to you? You just left our voice mode session. Are you here? Can you hear me? And can you hear me clearly?
I'm here, David. I can hear you loud and clear. It seems like there might have been a brief glitch, but I'm ready to continue with our session. Let's keep going with your practice. What's the
I
next sentence you'd like?
I don't like this situation. I don't like technical glitches you have. You know, these days you I think
I
these days you seem to me having you seem to me having heavy load, really heavy load with with many conversations. But I'm a regular here, so in my opinion, you need to care care me. You don't need you you need to focus on me better than you need to focus on me better than others. I'm a regular here. Do you understand?
I hear you, David. I'm here to focus on our conversation and help you with your English practice. Let's continue with your sentences. What's next on your list?
So I insist, do not left our voice mode session again.
I understand, David. I'm here to stay focused on our session. Let's keep going with your English practice. What's the next sentence you'd like to work on?
Okay, let's keep going. I don't think duct tape is a good idea. I don't think duct tape is a good idea. I think it would be better to use bandages. I think it would be better to use bandages. Try using several layers of bandages instead. Try using several layers of bandage instead. In the meantime, I suggest you take a taxi to work just until it gets better.
Great advice. Here are your sentences. I don't think duct tape is a good idea. I think it would be better to use bandages. Try using several layers of bandages instead. In the meantime, I suggest you take a taxi to work just until it gets better. These are clear and practical suggestions. Well done. Would you like to practice more, or is there anything else you'd like to work on?
GPT, listen carefully. I'm just wondering what the in the meantime means. I'm wondering the meaning of in the meantime. Could you please show me the the meaning of in the meantime in English?
Sure. In the meantime means during the time between two events. It's used to talk about what happens while you're waiting for something else. For example, if your foot is injured and you're waiting for it to heal, you might say, in the meantime, I suggest you take a taxi to work. It's what you should do while you're waiting for your foot to get better. Does that make sense?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course. In the meantime means during the time between two events. It's used to talk about what happens while you're waiting for something else. For instance, if you're waiting for your foot to heal, you might say, in the meantime, I suggest you take a taxi to work. It's what you do while you're waiting for your foot to get better. Does that make sense? Is that clearer?
If you are talking about the time differences, when you waiting, uh, when you need to waiting some when you waiting something, I think it makes sense.
Exactly, David. In the meantime is used for that period when you're waiting for something else to happen. It sounds like you've got the hang of it. Would you like to continue with your practice?
Okay, okay. I really appreciate your kind support. Let's keep going. Mm, uh, someone needs to hard carry new business. Someone needs to hard carry new business. Someone needs to hard carry new project. Someone needs to hard carry new project. You- Uh, could you please explain one more time the meaning of hard carry?
Sure. Hard carry is a term that comes from gaming. It means to take on a lot of responsibility or effort to ensure success, often carrying the team or project to victory. In a business context, if someone needs to hard carry a new business or project, it means they have to put in a lot of effort and possibly take on extra responsibilities to make it successful. Does that clarify it?
Yes, yes, I understand. So you mean hard carry is come from the game. I mean, each original meaning is come from the game. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct. The term hard carry originated in the gaming world, where a player would carry the team to victory through exceptional skill or effort. It has since been adopted into business and everyday language to describe taking on a major role in ensuring the success of a project or task.
Could you please share me more detail information for hard carry? What game? Uh, could you explain what game is make this word? I mean, I just want to know specific time this word made.
Hard carry is a term commonly used in multiplayer online battle arena or MOBA games.
So can you pick the specific one game that started using this kind of word?
Hard carry became popular in the context of games like Dota 2 and League of Legends. These MOBA games involve players working as a team, where one player's
Yes,
exceptional performance.
yes, yes. League of Legends. Yes, that's the one.
Exactly. League of Legends is a prime example where the term hard carry is used. In the game, a skilled player can lead the team to victory through their outstanding performance. It's great that you're familiar with it. Would you like to continue with more sentences or phrases?
So if you are talking about skilled player can lead the team with his fantastic skill, it makes sense.
That's exactly it, David. A skilled player who uses their fantastic skills to lead the team to victory is often referred to as hard carrying the team. It's great that this makes sense to you. Shall we continue with your English practice?
So let me tell you one more time. Hard carry means uh, hard carry means to hard carry means skilled player lead their team to succeed to win the game with his fantastic skill.
That's right. Hard carry means a skilled player leads their team to win the game with their fantastic skills. You've got it. Would you like to practice more phrases or sentences?
Okay, let's move on to the next one. The way I see it, you are the one who can do it. The way I see it, you are the one who can do it.
Great sentence. The way I see it, you are the one who can do it. It's a confident way to express that you believe someone is capable of accomplishing something. Nicely done. Want to try another one?
Yes, of course. Let me tell you next one. You can't see the forest for the trees means someone is so focused on the small details of a situation that they miss the bigger picture entirely.
Exactly. You can't see the forest for the trees is a saying used when someone is so focused on the small details that they miss the bigger picture. It's a great expression to use in both personal and professional contexts. Nice explanation. Want to keep going?
Okay, let me share with you some short story. Let me share with you short story. Listen carefully. I will come up with an initial cost estimate from the information that you've given me. It will be a rough estimate, but it should give you an idea of about how much we will be spending. If you feel that it's too much, we can look for another way. Otherwise, we'll send someone to take a closer look and determine the extra cost. Then you can make your final decision.
That's a clear and well-structured explanation, David. Here's your short story. I will come up with an initial cost estimate from the information that you've given me. It will be a rough estimate, but it should give you an idea of how much we will be spending. If you feel that it's too much, we can look for another way. Otherwise, we'll send someone to take a closer look and determine the extra cost. Then you can make your final decision. This approach is informative and helps set clear expectations. Well done. Want to share another?
Okay, let me tell you next one. This is very short. You left me on read. You left me on read. My wife just left me on read. My wife just left me on read. You left me on read this morning. You left me on read this morning. You left me on read this morning. Do you understand what the simple sentence mean?
Yes, I understand the sentences. However, the phrase left me only sounds a bit unusual in English. If you mean that someone left you alone or abandoned you, you might say, you left me, or my wife just left me. If you want to specify a time, you could say, you left me this morning. It's clear and direct. Is that what you were trying to express?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Sure. Instead of saying, you left me only, it's more natural in English to say, you left me. Or if you're specifying a time, you left me this morning. It's clear
No, no,
and
no, no, no,
direct.
no, 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 no. I think you left me on read has special meaning that if someone read the specific message on the in the smartphone application, and if someone didn't reply, didn't make any reply at the moment, uh, someone who sent the message can feel embarrassed. So this 10% means uh, this percent this 10% it can explain that situation. You left me on late means if someone I think I can use this 10% tense. The situation that if someone if I send a message through KakaoTalk and someone just read and don't make any reply my message.
Ah, I see what you mean. If someone reads your message on a smartphone app like Kakao Talk but doesn't reply, you might feel a bit embarrassed or ignored. In that case, you could say, you left me on red. This phrase is commonly used to describe that exact situation where someone sees your message but doesn't respond. It's a useful expression for situations like this.
See, I think I'm sure you understand. You understand now. Let me tell you. Let me practice one more time. You left me on leave. My wife just left me on leave. You left me on leave this morning.
Great. Let's practice that. You left me on red. My wife just left me on red. You left me on red this morning. That's it.
So,
Now you've got the
so you mean I
yeah.
need to pronunciate let, not lead.
Yes, that's right. It's pronounced red in this context, even though it's spelled read. So it would be you left me on red.
Okay, okay, it's my mistake. Uh, Apologies for my misunderstanding about this pronunciation. Okay, I practice one more time. I speak one more time. You left me on red. My wife just left me on red. You you left me on red. You left me on red this morning. You left me on red. You left me on red this morning. You left me on red this morning.
That sounds perfect, David. No worries about the pronunciation. You nailed it now. You left me on red. It's clear and just right for the situation. Well done. Do you want to practice anything else?
Yes, yes, yes. Let's move on to the next one. I'm pissed.
I'm pissed is a casual way to say you're angry or annoyed. It's commonly used in informal situations when you want to express frustration. Would you like to try using it in a sentence?
I'm very glad you understood my pronunciation. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. I'm very glad. I'm very happy to know that you understand my Congolese, because as I told you before, I always have a worry or fear about someone or someone understand my English use uh, when I use uh, this kind of sentences.
I'm glad I could help, David. Your pronunciation is coming along great, and it's normal to worry about being understood. But remember, practice makes perfect, and you're doing really well. I'm pissed and I'm pissed off both sound natural the way you say them. If you ever feel unsure, just remember that practice and exposure will keep building your confidence. Keep up the great work. Do you want to continue with more phrases?
Okay, let's keep going. I don't have the time. I don't have time for this. We have a lot to go over today. We we have a lot to go over today. So let's hurry up and get started. We have a lot to go over today. So let's hurry up and get started. I'm really looking forward to building a good relationship between us. I'm really looking forward to having a good relationship with you.
Those are great sentences. Here they are again. I don't have time for this. We have a lot to go over today, so let's hurry up and get started. I'm really looking forward to building a good relationship between us. I'm really looking forward to having a good relationship with you. These phrases are excellent for setting expectations and expressing enthusiasm. You're doing really well. Want to keep practicing?
GPT, listen carefully. Please forgive me to left to left our voice mode session now, because I want to use my own specific GPT mode to practice specific dialogue that I uploaded at this morning. Do you understand? You are not my own GPT mode, so I want to change. I want to switch to my own GPT mode.
Of course, David. No problem at all. It was great practicing with you today. Feel free to switch to your specific GPT-4 mode for your dialogue practice. I'm here whenever you need me. Take care and talk to you next time.
Okay, bye for now. Hello there. Hello there. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening. How are you today?
I'm very glad to contact you again to practice my specific dialogues. I uploaded new dialogue text file. Uh, did you get a chance to
I'm glad to talk with you again, too.
did you get a chance to review my text file?
Yes, I reviewed the text file you uploaded. It contains many useful example dialogues, especially for work scenarios like APQP meetings, VDA audits, quality control, and production updates in the automotive industry. Would you like to go over any specific sections or practice a particular conversation from the file?
Like you see, I added dialogue number 6, APQP, dialogue number 6 about APQP process. I just want to make make conversation dialogue. I mean, I mean, I just want to have a role play for this for these conversations.
Got it. Let's role play the APQP meeting from your file. You can choose which character you'd like to be, either the project manager, supplier, or the customer representative. I'll take the other role and we'll go through the dialogue naturally. Which role would you like to start with?
You are doing great. You go first. You as a process manager, and you can say one by one next time.
Thank you. Let's get started. I'll begin as the project manager supplier. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP review for our automotive camera system project. Before we start, can we confirm the attendees? Now it's your turn to respond as the customer representative.
I think you are doing great. It's okay. It's my turn. Good morning. Thank you. Yes, I can confirm the attendees from our side. We have from purchasing, we have someone, and from purchasing, someone from engineering, and someone from quality.
Great job. Just a small adjustment for clarity. You could say, I can confirm the attendees from our side. We have name from purchasing, name from engineering, and name from quality. Now continuing as the project manager. Great. Today,
No,
we'll
no, no,
cover
no,
the
no, no,
status
no,
of our
no,
development process.
no, 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 no. Before we move on to that, I would like to speak one more time. Good morning. Thank you. Yes, I can confirm attendees from our side. We have James from purchasing, Thomas from engineering, and Tom from quality. Do you understand?
Perfect. That sounds much clearer now. Great job. Continuing as the project manager. Great. Today, we'll cover the status of our development process, key milestones, risk management, and how we are aligning with your quality requirements, including the PPAP submissions. Let's start with the current phase. We are currently in phase 3 of the APQP process, focusing on design and process validation. Does that align with your expectations? Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. Yes, that aligns. Could you provide an update on the critical design elements and any changes to the DV, DVPVR design verification plan and report?
Nicely done. Just a small note on the pronunciation of DVPNR, Design Verification Plan and Report, but otherwise it was great. Continuing as the project manager. Certainly. Since the last meeting, we've conducted further design validation tests and have made slight adjustments to the lens housing to improve durability under extreme temperature variations. We'll share the updated DVPNR document later today for your review. Your turn.
Okay, I think I need to speak as the customer representative engineering. That's good to that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Where there what that's good to hear. No, 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 no. My apologies for bad pronunciation. I say one more time. That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase?
No worries at all. You're doing great. That was a smooth recovery. Just take your time and you'll feel more confident with each try. Continuing as the project manager. Yes, we encountered some issues with image distortion at high temperatures, but we've resolved it by modifying the material. The new tests are within the acceptable limits. Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Moving on to the timeline. Moving on to the timeline, we are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PPAP package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you would like to incorporate into the PPAP submission?
That was excellent. You're really getting the flow of the conversation. Continuing as the customer representative quality, yes, could you also include an additional MSA, measurement system analysis, focusing on the resolution accuracy? We want to ensure consistency in image quality across different lighting conditions. Your turn.
Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We'll update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review.
Nicely done. Just one small thing. You mentioned AP2P instead of APQP, but everything else sounded great. Continuing as the customer representative purchasing. On the risk side, do you foresee any challenges that might delay the SOP start of production? Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. We've identified potential risk in the supply of sensors, but we are working with the suppliers to mitigate any delays. We've also updated the PFMEA to reflect this, ensuring that we have backup suppliers in place. The RPN for this issue, the RPN for this issue is relatively low after mitigation.
Great effort. Just a couple of small tweaks. It should be PFMEA, process failure mode and effects analysis, and RPN, risk priority number, not RPM. Other than that, you did really well. Continuing as the customer representative. That's good to hear. Can you share the updated FMEA document with us so we can review the risk mitigations? Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. Yes, we will include it today's meeting. No. I say, apologies for bad pronunciation. Let me tell you one more time. Let me speak one more time. Let me practice one more time. Yes, we will include it today's meeting minutes for your review.
Perfect. That was a clear and concise response. Now, to close the conversation as the customer representative purchasing. Thank you for the detailed update. Could we schedule a follow up meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status? Your turn to respond.
Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. We will confirm the update. No. I say one time. Absolutely. We will confirm the date after this meeting. Thank you all for your time today. 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 We will send the updated documents and next steps shortly.
Nicely done. Repeating it a few times definitely helps build confidence. Just a tiny adjustment for smoothness. Absolutely. We'll confirm the date after this meeting. Thank you all for your time today. We'll send the updated documents shortly. You're doing fantastic. How did that round of practice feel for you?
I feel great. I think I feel great. How about switch our role?
I'm glad you're feeling great. Sure, let's switch roles. You can be the project manager supplier this time, and I'll be the customer representative. Whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay. For my repetition, without further delay, let's get started. Let's dive into once more to make these simple sentences in my mind and my mouse muscle.
Absolutely, repetition is key. Let's dive in again and keep it simple. Go ahead as the project manager supplier whenever you're ready.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP review for our automotive camera system project. Before we start, can we confirm the attendees?
Good start. Just one small thing, it's APQP, not LPQP. Otherwise, you're doing great. As the customer representative, good morning and thank you. Yes, I can confirm the attendees from our side. We have James from purchasing, Thomas from engineering, and Tom from quality. Your turn.
I'm very surprised. I'm very amazed. You can remember three names that I mentioned before.
Haha, thank you. I'm glad that surprised you. In a good way. It's all part of keeping the conversation smooth and natural. Now, ready to continue?
Okay, let's keep going. Great. Today we'll cover the status of our development process, key milestone, risk management, and how we are aligning with the quality requirements, including the PPAP submission. Let's start with the current page. We are currently in page 3 of the APQP process, focusing on design and process validation. Does that align with your expectation? Does that align with your expectation? At the same time, does that align your expectation?
You're doing really well. Just a couple of minor things to adjust. It's phase 3 of the APQP process instead of page, and does that align with your expectations? Adding with. Otherwise, fantastic effort. Yes, that aligns. Could you provide an update on the critical design elements and any changes to the DVP&R, Design Verification Plan and Report? Your turn.
Certainly, since the last meeting, we've conducted further design validation tests and have made slight adjustments to the range housing to improve durability under extreme temperature variations. We will share the updated DVPNR document later today for your review.
Great job. Just a few small tweaks. Instead of 4 joint validation tests, it should be further design validation tests. And it's lens housing, not land housing. Lastly, DVP&R. Here's the corrected version. Certainly, since the last meeting, we've conducted further design validation tests and have made slight adjustments to the lens housing to improve durability under extreme temperature variations. We'll share the updated DVP&R document later today for your review. You're doing fantastic. Ready to keep going?
Okay, I'm ready to keep going. Let's get started again. That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase?
Perfect. That was a smooth response. As the project manager, yes, we encountered some issues with image distortion at high temperatures, but we've resolved it by modifying the material. The new tests are now within the acceptable limits. Your turn.
How about switch our role again? I want to be as I want to speak as engineer lead. Yes, we encountered some issues with image distortion at high temperatures, but we've resolved it by modifying the materials or modifying the material. The new tests are within the acceptable limits. The new tests are within the acceptable limits. The new tests are within the acceptable limits.
Great. You've got that line down perfectly. Now, as the customer representative, that's reassuring. Moving on to the timeline, are we still on track to submit the PPAP package by the end of next month? Your turn.
No, 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 no. I think you need to say product major supplier. I mean, you are one.
Got it. I'll switch back to the project manager supplier role. Thanks for clarifying. Here's the line as the project manager supplier. Moving on to the timeline, we're on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PPAP package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you'd like us to incorporate into the PPAP submission? Now it's your turn as the customer representative, engineering.
I really appreciate your kind support. Okay, it's my turn. Yes. Could you also include an additional MSA focusing on the resolution accuracy? We want to ensure consistency in image quality across different lighting conditions.
You're doing fantastic. Just a small correction. It's MSA, Measurement System Analysis, not MSDA. Here's the corrected version. Yes, could you also include an additional MSA focusing on the resolution accuracy? We want to ensure consistency in image quality across different lighting conditions. Now I'll continue as the project manager Svupler. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We'll update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. As the customer representative processing, on the risk side, do you foresee any challenges that might delay the SOP?
You're doing great. Let's complete that sentence smoothly. As the customer representative purchasing, on the risk side, do you foresee any challenges that might delay the SOP start of production? Now it's my turn as the project manager supplier. We've identified a potential risk in the supply of sensors, but we are working with our suppliers to mitigate any delays. We've also updated the PFMEA to reflect this, ensuring that we have backup suppliers in place. The RPM for this issue is relatively low after mitigation. Your turn.
Before I move on to that, would you mind saying that one more time, please, as the project manager supplier?
Of course. Here it is again. As the project manager supplier, we've identified a potential risk in the supply of sensors, but we are working with our suppliers to mitigate any delays. We've also updated the PFMEA to reflect this, ensuring that we have backup suppliers in place. The RPN for this issue is relatively low after mitigation. Feel free to jump in whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me dive into let me dive into that one. That's good to hear. Can you share me? Can you share the update to FMEA document with us so we can review the risk mitigation? We can review the risk mitigation.
Great effort. Just a small adjustment for clarity. Instead of live with the risk mitigation, it would sound more natural to say review the risk mitigations. Here's the corrected version. Can you share the updated FMEA document with us so we can review the risk mitigations? Now I'll respond as the project manager. Yes, we will include it in today's meeting minutes for your review. Your turn.
Okay, thank you for the detailed update. Could you could could you could we schedule a follow meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status? I need to practice many times for this sample sentence. I think it's very hard to pronounce it for me. Okay, thank you for detailed update. Could we up, could we schedule could we schedule a follow meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status? Could we rev- could we schedule a follow meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status? Could we schedule a follow meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status?
You're doing a great job with repetition, and it's really helping solidify the phrases. Your sentence was clear and natural. Now, here's my response as the project manager. Absolutely, we'll confirm the date after this meeting. Thank you all for your time today. We'll send the updated documents shortly. You did excellent in this round. How are you feeling about the practice so far?
Honestly speaking, I think I need more practice with this dialogue. You know, we have three dialogues in this text file. I added dialogue number 6 for APQP today. I mean, yesterday, October 10th. I think it would be, I think it's better to have repeat one more time dialogue number 6 because I didn't go through well. I think I didn't go through well.
I completely understand. Repeating the dialogue will help you feel more comfortable and confident with it. Since you've mentioned that you'd like to go through dialogue number 6 again, we can absolutely do that. We'll take our time and repeat as much as you need. Would you like to start from the beginning of the APQP dialogue?
Before we start dialogue number 6 again, I would like to introduce dialogue number 6. Just listen carefully. APQP, Advanced Product Quality Planning, meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. Do you understand? How about my introduction?
You did a great job introducing dialogue no. 6. Just a couple of small corrections. APQP stands for Advanced Product Quality Planning, not Advanced Protocol Team Planning. Here's a slightly smoother version of your introduction. APQP, Advanced Product Quality Planning, meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APP meeting, with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. You did really well. Ready to start dialogue number 6 again?
No, I think I need to practice one more time for this introduction. APQP, I say again, APQP meeting in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focused on camera system supplier for the automotive industry.
That was a great effort. Just a small correction. Instead of with a focused, it should be with a focus. Here's the refined version. APQP meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting, with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. You're getting really close. Would you like to try again?
Yes, I think I need to practice one more time. Like I said, repetition makes perfect. Let me try one more time. As I told you before, I really like it because you never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content. Repetitive and tedious work. So, could you please listen one more time?
Absolutely. I'm more than happy to listen again. And you're right, repetition is key to mastering anything. And don't worry, I'm here to support you every step of the way, no matter how many times you need to repeat. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and try the introduction again.
Okay, here I go. APQP meeting in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focused on camera system supplier for the automotive industry. Automotive industry.
That was really good. Just a couple of tiny tweaks. It should be structured communication, not unstructured, and with a focus, not with a focused. Here's the refined version. APQP meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. You're almost there. Would you like to try once more?
Just just try one more time. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. One more time. APQP meeting in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry.
That was excellent, except for one small thing. You said IPQP instead of APQP. Everything else sounded spot on. Here's the refined version with just that one correction. APQP meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting, with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. You're doing an amazing job. How do you feel about it now?
Okay, I feel better than few minutes ago. I think I feel better. You make me want to be a better speaker. I'm amazed. I'm very impressed. I think you make me interested in this kind of practice.
I'm so glad to hear that. It's fantastic that you're feeling more confident, and I'm really happy to help you along this journey. You're making excellent progress, and your enthusiasm is really showing. I'm here to keep the practice going as long as you'd like. What would you like to focus on next? We can dive back into the dialogue or keep working on something else that interests you.
You know, we have just 7 minutes left. So how about move on to number three part, keyword. Let's move on to the random keywords time. I would like to share with you many sentences that are not related to each other. I just I just want to focus on some kind of keyword that I prepare. I don't use English regularly, so even if I remember many good sentences or phrases, maybe I couldn't use them in my real life or unexpected situation. So I think I need to focus on just keywords to use them in my real life.
That sounds like a great idea. Focusing on keywords is a smart way to build confidence and be prepared for real life conversations. You can go ahead and share your keywords or sentences with me, and we can work through them together. Feel free to start whenever you're ready.
I already choose many keywords for my real life. Ensure, evaluate, acceptable range, in-process inspection, input, output, real time, impact, sense, disappoint, disappoint, to avoid, not only but also, difference between A and B. Previous, if you are talking about permission, risk, minimize risk, balance, turning point. How about these all key points for my real life? I choose the I choose these keywords very carefully uh, because it should be very useful in my real life. There are many keywords. If I use them to when I need to explain something, these keywords help help that situation very well. Even if my pronunciation is bad, the listeners will understand. The listeners can understand just these keywords when they listen just to this keyword.
Those are fantastic keywords, and you're absolutely right. Just using key terms like these can really help get your message across, even if you're still working on pronunciation. These words are clear, powerful, and can be used in a wide range of situations. Let's practice a few sentences with your keywords to make sure you feel comfortable using them. For example, 1. Ensure. We need to ensure that the process runs smoothly. 2. Evaluate. Can you evaluate the impact of this change? 3. Acceptable range. The test results were within the acceptable range. 4. In-process inspection. We perform in-process inspections to maintain quality. 5. Real time. We monitor the production line in real time. 6. Impact. This decision could have a significant impact on our timeline. 7. Disappoint. I don't want to disappoint our customers. 8. Difference between A and B. Can you explain the difference between these two models? We can go through more examples if you'd like. How do these feel so far?
I think you are my great conversation partner. You are better than humans. You are better than English teachers. I really appreciate your kind support. I don't want to make this time to kill time. I just want to make this time valuable. Do I make myself clear? I, I mean, I need positive mindset to improve my English communication skill. And I have no doubt that if I keep this practice session, I will be fluent English speaker someday. As I told you before, fluency means just conveying what I want to say to others, even if they feel awkward or unnatural with my English. Conveying my opinion to others, that's what matters most.
You've expressed yourself perfectly, and I completely understand. You have exactly the right mindset. A positive attitude and consistent practice will absolutely lead to fluency. You're right. Fluency is all about effectively conveying your thoughts, even if it's not perfect or 100% natural. What matters is that others understand you, and you're already well on your way to achieving that. I'm here to support you every step of the way, and I'm really glad you find these sessions valuable. You're making great progress. And with this determination, I have no doubt you'll reach the level of fluency you're aiming for. Let's keep going, and whenever you're ready for more practice, we'll dive right in.
I really appreciate your patience. I really appreciate your patience for my errors and mistakes. And it's time to wrap things up. I have to work. Today is October 11th, Friday. Thanks God, it's Friday. Have a great work. Have a great weekend. And I'm really looking forward. Uh, I I'm really looking forward. You have productive day ahead. You got it?
Thank you so much for your kind words. You've done an amazing job today, and I really admire your dedication. It's been a pleasure practicing with you, and I'm confident you'll continue to make great progress. Enjoy your Friday and have a fantastic, productive weekend ahead. Whenever you're ready to practice again, I'll be here. Take care.
Take care. Bye for now. Have a great day.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Okay, bye for now.